I'm Caitlin E, and welcome to the Lit Review. Today we're going to keep going with the niche romance recommendation series that I started a while back. You have hopefully now seen the second video in that series where I ranked all of my thoughts and feelings on a prompt based on monster size difference, so monster romance fans should go check that out right now. Today we're going to be talking about a different type of trope. I will be introducing the prompt to you and seeking your recommendations to see if you can help me find some books in this category. So just like in the first video, I reached out to one of my favorite creators on Instagram. She also has a TikTok. It is Stephanie from virgoreader. I will link her Instagram down below. And so I gave her the prompt of, I'm looking to find what I'm calling niche romances. So basically, we all know, if you're a romance reader, popular tropes. So the example that I gave to Stephanie and have been giving to you all is like age gap romance is a popular trope. So what I'm looking for when I say niche romance is kind of a yes and to age gap. So it's age gap, but it's also my best friend's sibling. It's age gap, but it's also my ex's dad. It's a little bit more specific so that I can explore kind of like subgenres within tropes that I feel like I've been reading forever. And with the romance genre expanding more and more every year, I thought this was a perfect way to kind of just get out of my own rut, because I, as a romance reader, tend to read the same authors over and over again. I even did it in our last series. I found like 4 or 5 authors and was like, I'll just keep reading their backlist. It'll be fine. So, I'm going to try to make sure that I don't go too deep on any author's backlist, but sometimes that's tricky because there's often series that follow the same theme or vein. So we'll see how this one goes. But I did reach out to Stephanie initially, and she gave me 2 prompts. So this is the second of her 2 prompts for this series. So again, go check her out if you end up liking these recommendations. So with all of that context, she came back and gave me this prompt that says, so my other favorite is serial killer, psychopath, assassin, and then she has in parentheses like antihero, question mark, who doesn't feel anything except for their person. So basically I see this trope as like an extension of the touch her or touch him and you die trope, which I baseline enjoy, but it's very specifically like somebody who doesn't feel emotions or like doesn't care about other people except when they meet their person. So that I think is a really interesting like +1 to that trope. I'm not really sure what to call that except like an extreme form of touch them and you die. I'll think about what to actually call this. If you have ideas, feel free to let me know in the comments below, but So she also gave me 4 recommendations for that. So I will be reading at least those 4, and then hopefully you all can help me find some books based on your reading experiences. Of her 4 recommendations, I have my like trusty notebook here. Of her 4 recommendations, I have only read 1 of them, kind of by accident because I ended up going on a deep dive of this author based on her other prompt that she gave me. But the first thing that came to mind for her was like Bad Alpha by Catherine Moon. And so I have read that. I won't tell you my thoughts on it yet. I'll save that for the wrap up. But what I like about that is it's actually the female main character that is the like serial killer, psychopath, assassin figure, like the unfeeling antihero that suddenly feels a thing for somebody. So I love that it was the female perspective, because I suspect that a lot of these are going to be a male character who suddenly feels feelings. Other examples she gave me were the books Unhinged and Psycho by Onley James. Like, I have been wanting to read this series because it is getting so much hype on different corners of BookTube or BookTok, and it is the Necessary Evil series. So what I know of this series so far is that it is basically it's basically like a rich dude who kind of adopts all these kids who are essentially like Dexter. It's Dexter, but with romances. But I hear really good things about them. Like Jess from Peace Love Books XO has raved about them. Stephanie, my prompt giver from virgoreader, has raved about them. So I am definitely going to be reading the first 2 books in that series, which is Unhinged and Psycho. There's a whole bunch more in that series, so I'm going to try not to tunnel too much, but if I like them, we'll keep going. And then the other one she recommended is the book There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. Now, I know this is a duology, so if I end up liking the first one, I will probably also read the second one just to like figure my stuff out. But what I understand of this series is that it, again, features a serial killer and his like muse, and it's very dark. So I suspect a lot of these might end up being quite dark, and that's okay. I am figuring out where my own personal boundaries are is when it comes to some of these genres that I haven't explored in depth. So I have flirted with some dark romances before, but haven't like really gone full tilt into the dark romance world. I can tell you right now, one thing I will not be reading is Den of Vipers. I know that had its own moment last year. No, it's not worth my time for me to get like 10 pages in, tell you thank you, no thank you. Like that's just, we're gonna set that aside right now. So please don't recommend that to me. Just know, based on some things that people I trust have said, that that's not gonna be my vibe. But that said, if you can think of any other romances that feature unfeeling hero or heroine that starts to feel something for a new romantic partner, and they are the only person they care about. So I know there's a lot out there in this world. I just really haven't explored it. So leave me your recommendations in the comments below. And that's all I have for now. After I gather some more of your recommendations, I'm going to do my own little homework. I feel like the book 4 Psychos might be a good one for that. I'll put the cover here. I've heard some stuff about that. I'm really excited to try Sophie Lark and Onley James for the first time. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.